Breaking news. Judge Juan Merchan has once again ruled about Donald Trump. And while this ruling is not sending Trump to jail today, like it should, it nonetheless spells big trouble for Trump. But the biggest surprise to come out of this ruling is Trump's willingness to accept it. Once the ruling was issued, Trump posted on Blue Sky the following statement. Now the court has spoken. Let there be no doubt, while I strongly disagree with the court's decision, I accept it. I accept the finality of this outcome. Now, Trump's 180-degree turn from his normal temper tantrums when he doesn't get his way is causing shockwaves across the political spectrum. Even Al Gore has weighed in on this, saying,
Now the U.S. Supreme Court has spoken. Let there be no doubt. While I strongly disagree with the court's decision, I accept it.
Ha! See what I did there with the juxtaposition and all that? Huh? Yeah? And hey, how about watching something in standard definition video, huh? Wow. We all used to watch a low-resolution medium and thought it was great. But yes, Judge Juan Merchan did make an important ruling. The New York Times is reporting that Judge Merchan rejected the motion to dismiss Trump's criminal case in New York, arguing that the Supreme Court ruling on presidential immunity does not apply to this state crime. As the Times reports, the judge's ruling preserves, at least for now, the stain of Mr. Trump's criminal conviction. And if the decision withstands an appeal, Mr. Trump could become the first felon to serve as president. Trump and his crack legal team have tried everything to clear Trump of all his guilty verdicts. They tried to make the argument that the prosecution used evidence from when Trump was president. But as the Times reports, prosecutors argued that the Supreme Court's decision had no bearing on this prosecution, noting that Mr. Trump was convicted of orchestrating a scheme involving a personal and political crisis that predated his presidency. Merchan agreed with the prosecution, ruling that the people's use of these acts as evidence of the decidedly personal acts of falsifying business records poses no danger of intrusion on the authority and function of the executive branch. Merchan's ruling was a 41-page decision. If justice was truly blind, then Trump would have been in jail before the election. But Merchan showed deference and decorum, taking into account Trump's non-constitutional status as a candidate. The Trump team's tactics of delay brought sentencing too close to Election Day, and Merchan was too hesitant to make categorical decisions that had no constitutional basis. And can you really blame him? If he had tossed Trump into jail, as was his right as the presiding judge, then this corrupt Supreme Court would have found a way to overrule it, with Alito no doubt quoting law and precedent from the Roman Empire, the Spanish Inquisition, and the Magna Carta. This way, it is Merchan who is playing the delay game, and it keeps Trump's felony convictions intact. Trump took it all in stride with the confidence of a man who is about to govern the direction of this country and its complex interworkings. Yeah, I knew I couldn't fool you twice. Trump is panicking. He's losing his shit. Although, like he's doing that on a daily basis anyways, we all know. No, Trump acted typically like a baby and threw another temper tantrum, the kind we all expect. He posted this on social media. Breaking, in a completely illegal, psychotic order, the deeply conflicted, corrupt, biased, and incompetent acting justice, Juan Merchan, has completely disrespected the United States Supreme Court and its historic decision on immunity. But even without immunity, this illegitimate case is nothing but a rigged hoax. You gotta love that Donald Trump, of all people, is complaining about disrespect. The demented, raving, malignant narcissist who cannot stand even the slightest criticism is talking about disrespect. He's panicking because now there's a standing verdict that announces to the world that he is a criminal, not to mention an adjudicated rapist. And by the way, ABC, you see how easy it is to say that? But in addition to his pathetic little frail ego, there's a practical reason Trump is trying to get his felony convictions tossed out. There are still many countries that will not allow him to visit because they won't give visas to convicted felons. Well, look on the bright side, Donnie boy. Now, each country is going to have to make a special dispensation just for you. Won't that make you feel special? Here's another way Trump can feel special. Give him his own wing on Rikers Island. After all, he is a convicted felon. But I'm not going to hold my breath on that. Unless, of course, I have to sit near Trump or something. Because according to a lot of sources, it's wise to hold your breath near that walking pile of stink known as Donald J. Trump, convict. I'm Anthony Vincent Gallo for Occupy Democrats.